Okay, hi, welcome back to the Horizon Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about some conspiracy theories, some of our favorite ones, or some that we've researched. We took some time over our little weekend break to collect some of our favorite ones, or not, or just like ones that we know already that we just knew that we knew how to talk about. Before we start talking, some conspiracy theories do tend to come from tragic events. People become very skeptic of how they happened, and they start to make theories. So before we start on
We're
ours,
not crazy. It's just dialogue.
Yeah.
We're
I
just
know,
gonna
Yeah.
talk.
but I'm just saying, people. Some of these
Yeah,
events,
yeah, I get
people's
what you're
lives
saying.
were
Trigger
lost,
warning.
and we don't mean any offense to those whose lives were lost. We are just going along with others on the
entertainment.
internet who
It's just
have
entertainment.
already put these
Yeah.
theories out here.
Yes.
I personally don't have any that like I created.
Can I start with?
Yeah,
Go
go
This,
ahead.
my brother told me this like years ago when we were in high school. There is a real conspiracy theory that Hitler was actually a dolphin this whole time, and by the way, you can't find like what the original like post was. It's all you can't really find in the stuff I did. It was all in German. So I found a Reddit post where
Of
someone
course.
oh yeah, dude, we're all conspiracy start.
We didn't do it.
So with this guy basically translated and broke down the like main points to why people believe this.
Mhm.
Number one, no one has ever seen a dolphin before 1889. Seriously, you could ask anyone.
Well,
What
we
year was
can't.
he born?
To be-
1889.
To be fair, real quick, I've never seen a dolphin before.
What does that have to do with anything?
1889.
To be fair, we can't ask anybody before that time
That's
because
very
they are
true.
no longer
Read it
with
again.
us.
No one
No,
has
it's-
ever-
Unless you're a medium
It's
or a
verbatim what it
psychic.
says.
When was the first dolphin?
I looked it up. It said like I can't find where the first like photograph was, but eyewitness it said 1600 BC.
Okay.
Okay.
Debunked.
Number two, dolphins love to do drugs. They literally sniff pufferfish all the time to get a high. Hitler was also a heavy drug user and even prescribed meth to his soldiers.
So this
Are you
is just
sure-
how similar.
Oh.
Are you
Okay,
sure,
so
are you
they're just
sure they're
comparing.
are you sure they're not sniffing those pufferfish for another reason?
Hold on. No one has ever seen Hitler
Oh,
and
okay.
dolphins in the same room together, which is a true. I mean, that's a true fact.
They've
That
never
is
been
true.
seen
I
in the
have
same
never-
room.
I've
never
never
seen
seen
a
a
photo.
photo.
To
of
be
Hitler and a
fair,
dolphin.
Well, I've never seen.
We've
a dolphin
never
in a room.
seen. Yeah.
Do you think Hitler went to SeaWorld? When was SeaWorld? even?
18.
Oh my
18.
god.
Is it there?
SeaWorld's so
SeaWorld-
sad.
SeaWorld is
Screw
canceled.
SeaWorld.
I
Cancel
think
SeaWorld.
No.
Cancelled.
When was
Yeah,
SeaWorld?
SeaWorld.
Yeah, dolphins suck. They like rape people.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I have heard of that.
That's a real
1960.
thing. Keep 'em in the ocean.
One of my coworkers literally said the same thing. That
They do.
dolphins
Just an
try
idea.
to-
Let's keep them in the ocean.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They're mammals, though. They have to go above air. They have to go.
Yeah, they just go-
Keep them in the ocean. Don't put them in a cage.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Next
Yeah, don't put them
point.
in a cage.
When Hitler, and in quotes, shot himself, he actually just left his mortal vessel behind in his human form, of course,
Mm.
and transformed
course.
into a dolphin and swam away in Spree, the river that flows through Berlin. And then it links an article and says, in this article, you can read that whales have been spotted in the Spree multiple times since then, but the article is all in German.
Can
So-
dolphins
Can
swim in
dolphins
fresh
swim in
water?
fresh water?
Or are they only saltwater?
I would love to see someone put a wig and a mustache on a dolphin and say, "This is Hitler."
Oh my
Yes,
God.
Imagine
certain dolphin species are known as river dolphins can swim in fresh water.
Hmm.
And the
No
last
way.
point this guy had when Hitler shot himself with PPK 765, which I assume was a gun.
Wow.
If we change every letter to its correspondent number and the other way around, we get, and then it's like a 15-digit number. If we add all those numbers together, we get 49 GFE. And if we change FEG back to numbers, we get 49765. And if we count all those numbers
Those
together,
correspond to dolphin.
we get 31. And if we take the 3, because who needs 3s anyway, we get 1. Now, what is the first letter of the alphabet? A. What was Hitler's first name?
Adolf.
Adolf. A dolphin. Wake up, sheep. I'm
Whoa,
so
a
good.
dolphin is crazy.
Oh,
That's me trying to reach word count
Yeah.
on an
I'm
essay.
100%.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
so confused.
And then
on
final
what's
line, I
going
rest
on.
my case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
That's a
I'm
theory.
so
Now there are
confused.
actual theories that he
You told me you
that he dipped and like got on a boat to Argentina somewhere
thought it was
because
African.
It was Argentina.
Is Hitler an African?
well because everyone thinks like he I don't know
You'll be
That's
named
the
Adolf
hard
Hitler
topic to
wins
talk
local
about, I
election
fear.
in 2020.
Well, there was like some, wasn't there like, not to get into JFK, but didn't they have like files on this stuff that like just came out, or did I see that on Twitter and it was made up?
They released files. I don't know what they
I
said.
think it was information we already know.
You can't even trust anything on Twitter.
You
No.
can. You
No.
really can't.
What was one of the main ones I wanted to talk about was the Titanic. I think that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So
That the movie. No, I'm kidding.
well, no. So there's
The
I'm
movie came
I'm-
first.
I'm sure there's plenty out there, but the main one is that the Titanic actually wasn't the Titanic, and it was its
Oh, I have
sister
heard of
boat,
Mhm.
the
Oh, I have
Olympic.
heard that.
And there's a lot of proof behind it. I mean,
this. They sunk it for insurance, wasn't that like
Yeah.
that?
yes, and the Titanic had 16 portholes, and the pictures of the
The Titanic.
sunken one was portholes that matched the Olympic. And there's just lots of things. And the Olympic had previously been like breaking down. They'd spent a bunch of money on it, and they were like, I don't want this to go to waste.
Mhm.
So they sent it off, called it the Titanic.
I believe that one.
Also, JP Morgan was set to go on
Of
that
Morgan and
boat.
Morgan?
Yes.
Oh,
And
I almost said the We Are Farmers.
he was supposed to go on the Titanic, and all of a sudden he fell sick and no longer wanted to go.
Wow.
I actually just saw a
Interesting.
TikTok about that last night.
Did you all
Like
see
I was
it?
on conspiracy theory TikTok
Oh,
preparing for this.
yeah.
and I
Anything
saw
that was
one.
wicked, just out of pocket.
Wicked? Ariana Grande?
Funny.
Define
Oh, I have a
gravity.
couple ones. I made a note.
Yes.
Speaking of the Titanic, did you all see when that submarine went down to go see the Titanic remains? But
No, what
it ended
happened?
it ended up imploding on
Oh,
itself.
Ocean
I'm,
Gate.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
guys.
yeah, that one.
Well, I
Okay.
thought you
Mr.
were
Beast was
joking.
supposed to go on that, but then he backed out.
That was a good call by Mr. Beast. then.
100%.
You had a gut feeling. I'm not supposed to be here.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm going to
looked
stick
up-
to YouTube.
Spending
I'm gonna make a
24
new
hours at
chocolate
the
bar
bottom of
flavor.
the
I'll be
ocean.
back.
Yeah, his chocolate's good.
But I
Well,
do think
depending on
it's
the type.
interesting that it's like, what if we've been like referencing the Titanic the whole time and it's never been
Yeah.
the Titanic?
I didn't even
It's
remember
always
that
been
one.
The Olympic.
I didn't even remember that one. I like that.
That'd be crazy. Like if this whole time we've been talking about the Titanic and it's not the Titanic.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay. One I
It's true.
found on TikTok last night said that reincarnation draws us to certain things because of traumas in our past lives.
I
Mhm.
agree.
Okay.
It's really cool because the thing that kind of stuck out to me with it is the guy said if you have like a drawing to like a specific time period, like a place, that's like most likely stem from a trauma. Like my time period that I was obsessed with growing up was like the 40s and the 50s.
Mhm.
Like
Not a very
those-
popular time for
Women.
women.
no,
Yeah.
no, and like that's that's very true. It's very true. I think it's because I watch Grease, but I've also like it's just something about the history that has always kind of fascinated me. And like I feel like the 40s, 50s, 60s are such a like monumental time and like civil rights, everything of that sort, you know, for women, for people of color, whatever. But I mean, I saw one TikTok comment and she said, I think that my son was my dad in my past life because he's very
Oh
nurturing.
my,
towards
those
me.
Oh.
freak me
Hmm.
out.
And like
I've
it's
seen that.
it's really weird. And like I believe in reincarnation, and it's well, this is another conspiracy theory. It says that what we believe the afterlife is like is what we will get. So if you believe in reincarnation, you're going to get reincarnated. If you believe in heaven and hell, you're going to go to either which. Because how do you explain all these religions then?
So the
Mhm.
past life, thing, basically what you're like interested in is what you were before.
Yeah, basically.
So I was really into like the Civil War in 7th grade.
Really?
Does that mean I was a slave?
So
owner? Is
this,
that what that
I
means?
was going to mention this. This ties into kind of that theory. Do you have any birthmarks?
I have two.
Have you
I
ever
have two.
heard
too.
that
I got
your
one.
birthmarks are the way you died in your past life?
Yeah.
Wait,
So
hang on
that-
a second. I got two in completely different areas, so I'm kind of scared now.
What
I got one right here.
I'm just saying that's a
Dude,
kill
drive
shot.
Oh my
shooting.
gosh.
Well, the other one's in kind of a worse area. The other one is right here.
Dude,
You
someone
probably
shot
got
you
shot
in the
twice,
back.
dude.
So I got.
Are they
shot-
circular or like long?
Long.
Because are they stab wounds or
Fact
gunshots?
check.
I think they're like small circular.
What if you don't have any birthmarks?
Well, one of them is like.
Then
This
that's,
is your
one's
first
kinda
life.
Old age?
well that's when
Maybe
that
that's
could be true.
What-
Stop.
one
I'm
of
gonna
them-
go into a
one of them's kind of
like a
shaped like that.
spiral.
I bet it's a gunshot, man.
So I got
When you-
shot right above my butt.
Were you
Yeah.
Tupac?
Oh my!
You could have been Tupac.
I could have been Tupac.
Wait, hold on. If I hold on,
Oh my God.
Wait, hold on. If
Completely
I have
different skin
one,
color than him.
hold on, if I
How does
have
it matter?
one,
But that doesn't matter.
I'm kidding.
if I have, does that mean I'm like I died of a heroin overdose?
That's not a birth.
That's a see.
That's a
I
mole.
that's
That's
what
a
I first
mole.
went to,
That's
and
all
I was
I
like,
have.
I don't have a birthmark.
That's all I got.
So I-
That's our first. that's our
I
first
believe
life.
in like karma.
I was a
Oh
heroin.
yeah, yeah. So do I.
Like
Well,
if
yeah.
if you treat people like ass in this life, you are going to be something that's treated that way in your
Oh, I'm
next.
sorry.
Oh,
Think about
I
what
think
you
it's
receive.
back in
Yeah.
this
100%.
life. I think it's all happens here.
I don't really. I don't know. That to me seems more spiritual than like karma and like religion feel different.
Yeah.
A lot of people see them as like the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't really think that's the case because I still think there's such thing as like God's plan,
yeah.
Yeah.
and I don't think that has anything to do with
It's a very
karma.
overrated
Yeah.
song.
No, that's a very difficult thing to like combine but also separate. It's like spirituality and like religion because I feel like they can coexist, but some people don't think they can coexist. So I don't
So
know.
basically, in my past life, I was a slave owner and a heroin addict. So
Could've
So
been.
I'm on, so this is like my peak, basically.
You were a slave owner, heroin addict, and Porter
At the
was
s-
Tupac.
That's
Yeah.
the same. What were you? You got any birthmarks?
No.
You have like one really long one. You got-
Yeah, it's down the
Right.
middle of my face. I've just never seen it.
Oh boy.
I have another conspiracy theory, and it was some people don't like this one, but I don't think that the first moon landing was very real.
Really?
I never looked into the evidence of
So
that.
never looked into it
whenever
either.
I was like 13, I got like really into this theory because there's like crazy evidence. First and foremost,
The flag.
the flag was literally waving. There's no
Maybe
wind.
it's just
There's
polite.
no.
Well, there's no
I didn't even
gravity.
think about that.
Yeah,
Like, that
it
didn't even
literally
register.
waves in the
Yeah.
wind. There's
Oh yeah,
Waves
you
are
think,
popular right
you
now.
think that it would just like stay kind of like that, but it was.
There was a
waving
rim.
Be like
that.
limp, wouldn't it? Or no, it would float.
It
it
be
would just
floating,
float, but
but
it wouldn't
wouldn't
move.
It wouldn't.
It'd be
It wouldn't be moving
it'd
like
almost
that.
be
It would just
stiff.
be staying like that.
Another part was like there's this rock on the video and there's a big C on it, like the letter C, like a set,
Like a prop.
like a set.
I know what you're talking about.
And
Camera
it's like
left.
no did some alien come and carve it, or did they find a magical Sharpie in space and say
Maybe
no.
Neil and Buzz
So
got
they're gonna
bored.
like this.
If
they're gonna
you,
like this one? We know your
if
alphabet.
you dive so deep into this, you can then flip it on its head and go, did they actually do it and they just weren't able to document it, so they
I've heard that
reenacted it?
too.
So I've
Oh,
thought about
that's-
that
that's a
part
good
too,
one.
but I don't know.
I will say this: when I did like look into like the whole America versus Russia, the space race, and they're like, we want to be the first country to get to space. I was like, this is the most preschool. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to be the first one. Like, there's nothing in
Literally.
space.
No.
like,
They
what are you gonna
cheated.
do?
I will say
They have
Congrats, you made it to nothing.
I will
They have the
say
technology to do anything.
we did not have the technology was
Mm-mm.
not there. And even now
It wasn't given.
to this day, they sit there and they say, we lost all the information and all the footage and all the things, so we can't go back to space. We lost everything.
How do you
So
do
we
that?
have museums that have like ancient fabric and
Yeah.
stuff, but we can't keep the freaking technology that got us to space.
What really confuses
Bullshit.
me is that like we haven't like gone back like for real
well,
since.
That's
like,
why
what's
Katy Perry just went to space today. I will have to bring this
That's
up right
scary.
She
now.
only-
She did.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes, they went to space
Why would she do
Why, yeah,
that?
why?
It's just
to
it's-
appreciate the ground, is what she
You
said.
could not.
was she Demi Lovato?
I'm serious.
That's something
Those
she
are-
would say.
That's a real quote.
Speaking of space, there's also the conspiracy theory that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
don't
just
believe
true.
that.
I,
I
mean,
think
we
that's
can all
just-
agree on that.
I mean, if you've ever played Minecraft, we all know it's a square. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. it's a
Duh.
square.
I mean,
There was one time. There was one time in high school, my
The whole-
freshman year.
East
This
Coast is
guy
a
was
chunk of her.
this guy was talking to his buddy right behind me, and then he came up to me and went, "The Earth is flat, right?" And I was like, "What?" He went, "The Earth is flat, right?" And I'm like,
Oh.
"Oh no."
This is one of my favorite conspiracy theories. It kind of teeters on like the Earth, but like nothing exists out of the realm of which you're observing. So like your car in the parking lot right now
Stop. I
isn't
can't.
real because you
I know,
can't
I-
see it.
Woohoo.
I don't get
That's-
that.
I don't
so
like
like
that.
like a video game.
Like
when
you all were only in here because I walked in here, type of thing. You know, like
Huh?
So
the
look,
world
this is the,
only
this is the
exists
easiest way to
because-
break it down.
Okay.
Video games. So level 1, the whole game is mapped out,
Okay. Right.
but you
but
don't.
all you can see is the room you're confined to.
Sure.
So therefore, nothing else exists because
So
it's-
nothing outside this room is real.
because you cannot see it.
Oh
until
my
you go out and
God.
observe it.
It doesn't make any
It-
sense.
it-
That's
it's
gonna-
picture like literally Minecraft, how a chunk
then
will load.
I
Th-
go
this
into a
is gonna-
spiral
And it
because
will
that means that
render as
people
you
are only
see it.
existing
Well,
because
can't that easily be
of-
negated? Like when we shot our skit in here, you could only see in this room, but we had video footage of us out there at the same time you were in there.
But it's
That-
constantly
footage-
expanding.
I
That
hate
footage
that.
wouldn't have
I hate that.
existed. if
I
you
just don't
didn't-
think I'm that much of a deep thinker to be like, oh my god.
That one kind of hurts my brain a little
Yeah,
bit.
that-
I don't
that's-
like
It's a
it.
cool one
Yeah.
because like you could literally go forever on
Yeah,
it.
I don't
Yeah.
like thinking about that.
No, I don't want to think about
I
that
also-
anymore.
I don't like thinking about how small we are.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that will send me into like a breakdown. Like
Mm.
thinking
Well, he's
about
6'4",
how itty,
so
like
he's-
we are like
he's on the up and up.
we are literally like a
Speak for
speck
yourself.
of dust thinking about it. And like that's another conspiracy theory, I believe. Cryptids are real,
Oh yeah.
mermaids are real, aliens are real. There is no way that we are the only life form in this entire universe.
Oh, the
Like,
ocean.
coming
There's
from
some,
planet
there's
looking
something
for
up with
intelligent
the
life.
ocean. There's something in there that we haven't figured out.
I could
It's-
see
I don't-
mermaids. I've seen videos of like people like hearing sirens. Like
There was one.
I just don't think
video-
it's the mermaids that we believe.
There was
Yeah.
one video that went viral.
They're definitely not.
They're not pretty.
They're not bad
They're
enough.
not
Like, no.
covered
They
in
could be,
shells
though.
with pink hair.
They could be.
Would that be like the new like OnlyFans? Like would there be people like
Oh.
moving to the West
Stop.
Coast to hang out with mermaids? That's gonna be a thing. Like adopt a mermaid. Like if
Yeah.
it was like Pirates of the Caribbean rules.
yeah, what could it be?
There was a
Only
video,
merms?
There was a video that went
Only merms.
viral of these people recording a
To
mermaid, and
ocean
it
smell.
turned out to be fake. I think.
I'm sure, but
Oh, there was one conspiracy
There's-
theory I heard. It's where there's like
oh
I think there was a
my God.
comic based off of it. It's about this guy that says that he's been shrinking through time the whole time,
What?
and he's in like a therapy thing, and he's been shrinking through it during the therapy session, and it comes
So
up with,
Ant-Man.
yeah, basically Ant-Man.
Well, I love when like you see like footage of like the 1960s of some guy being like, oh yeah, I was a time traveler. I'm from the year 2005. And like, what did you see? And they're like robots. And like,
They're not wrong though.
No, there's like some where they're like,
They're not.
oh, we have like jetpacks embedded in our eyeballs. It's like, okay.
You don't.
You
For
don't
sure.
know.
One of
know.
my
New
favorite.
software update.
One of my favorite
Where'd
things.
you
in-
get that microchip? And
one of my favorite things in conspiracy theories is Mandela effects.
Yeah.
They make me mad, and they also are like, no way. Like, it's just some of them are so unbelievable. Like, the Fruit of the Loom logo.
It absolutely
it
has a cornucopia.
Yeah.
oh,
Mm.
So, do you know what the Mandela effect is?
I have no.
So do you
like
know
Nelson Mandela? Or am I just,
Yes,
Yes.
it is
Yes.
Nelson. Well,
so the bears,
origin-
the book of bears.
no. Let me tell you the origin of the story first.
compared-
Okay, go
Why
ahead.
it's called a Mandela
like a Bible
effect is
chapter?
because of Nelson Mandela. Everyone thought he died, and he was still
He's-
alive. And then later
Oh, I
on,
think it's saying
he
now, like he was
actually
dead.
died, and everyone was like, "Wait,
Wait, he died.
y'all, he died like 5 years ago. What are we talking about? The original Mandela effect."
So
So it's people who you think are dead.
No,
no.
no,
It's
no,
it's
no.
things that you
You
know
rem-
happened that didn't happen or don't exist the way you remember it. So like the childhood book you read about the family of bears, what was that called?
Oh, is it the one with the it's like brother bear, sister bear?
Yeah,
Yes.
the blank bears.
It's
What are
like-
they called?
It's like the Bernstein.
Shut
something like
up!
that.
I hate you. No, it's the
It's the
Berenstain.
Berenstain.
It's Berenstain.
But it's actually the
Berenstain.
Berenstain Bears.
That's just people not reading.
No,
No, but then it's like
no,
the Fruit of the
no.
Loom. Does the Monopoly Man have a monocle?
No.
He did.
Hmm.
He did,
Does
but
he?
he doesn't.
But he doesn't.
And there's like all kinds of things.
Mickey Mouse. What is Mickey Mouse's? Tell me what Mickey Mouse's fit is. Please tell me.
Fit.
What
his
his
outfit?
outfit?
His outfit, like what does he
He's
wear?
got shoes and
Yellow
pants.
boots and red pants
Yeah.
with
Yellow-
yellow buttons.
Yep.
I thought it was white.
Oh,
And-
White,
white
it's
buttons.
white. Well,
And-
it was yellow, and then they switched it to white. I think.
Gloves.
Suspenders
And gloves.
and
Gloves.
suspenders. Does that man not always? I feel like that man.
No, he's
That
That's a-
man, he's a mouse.
Maybe like Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat.
Steamboat
Steamboat
Willie.
Willie.
He didn't. Hey, he didn't wear gloves in that one.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
is it Looney
People think-
Tunes? Is it TUNES or TOONS?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's OONS. Ain't it?
No.
no, it's
Oh, I'm getting this now. Okay.
A
Yeah.
lot of this is spelling. Of really, most of
Yeah.
it is
Like
but it's
Chick-fil-A?
I'll look up more.
It
Is
sounds
there a
like
K,
it's just
or is it
like
a
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a K.
it just sounds like when you're kids, you just don't pay attention to details.
No.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like, you didn't know that
what's the-
Hillary Swank was
what's the
president.
most
It's like,
famous-
oh, she was.
What's
like,
the most famous line from Star Wars? What's the
oh.
What does Darth
the-
Vader
the-
say to Luke?
Yeah, what does Darth
yeah,
Vader
what's
say
the
to
most
Luke when
iconic
he?
line ever?
I am your father.
What, no,
That's-
what's the full line?
What's the full line?
Yeah. Oh, how's it go? It's like, you kill my father. No, I am your father.
Okay, you got it
Yeah,
right.
you got it
right. You
I
got it
watch
right.
that
You
movie
got it
every
right.
year.
Like even I feel
Yeah.
like that's
Here's another one. There was one with Steve Jobs.
he's literally make
to where
he is anti-Mandela effect.
Yeah.
There was
I
one.
read. I don't
there
like.
was-
I watched.
He's behind the.
There was one with
I
Steve Jobs.
read. It's so funny.
I had no life. I watched
Yeah.
Star Wars every year when I was like a kid.
There was
Of
one.
course, I
with-
remember the most.
There was
famous
one with
line.
Steve Jobs to where your iPhone, like someone came to him and said their iPhone wasn't working because they were holding it a certain way, and he said to them, "Don't hold it like that." But if you ask other people, like they'll say that he said you're holding it wrong when that's not what he
I've
said.
never heard that.
That just sounds
Yeah.
like bad word of mouth.
Could be that.
Literally.
So
I like the Mandela effect though.
I do
Yeah.
too.
It's one that I think it will exist
So
forever.
it's stuff that you think is real, but so it would be like if I was like
it's when things change.
Nick. If I was like Nick doesn't have facial hair, and then he actually does. that-
it's
Any-
almost like gaslighting.
Say
Mhm.
say you were like, yeah, Nick has facial hair, and you look back at every single picture ever, and
It
he's
never
never
had
had it.
I'm gonna look up.
And it's
some
like, yes, he
Mandela
has. I
effect
swear to God, he
examples.
has.
So dementia.
No.
No. No. What color is Pikachu's tail is 2 colors. What are they?
It's a yellow and like black brown kind of.
That
You have
literally
to
was
pick
one of
one.
the examples that came up.
You have to pick one or the other. You can't pick
I-
3 colors when I told you to.
I think it's black.
Black brown.
It's brown.
Okay, but again,
On
it's like black
on
and brown.
here, it says that it's actually solid yellow.
I think the original
No.
ran the cartoon. I
No
think.
way.
Let's look it up. Let me look Pikachu.
Yeah, again, it would be different if it was like Pikachu never exists. I feel like this is just like minute details.
They are. That's the
Well,
whole
Well, so
point
like
of them.
Okay, but
literally this one, the one you brought up pisses me off. The
Okay.
Fruit of the Loom logo.
Yes. And people have
Yeah, it's like
found
shading.
people
Yeah,
have
okay, so
found
it's like a
old
branding.
T-shirts
They just
with
literally
the damn cornucopia on it.
they literally rebranded
And
and then
want you to
gaslit
forget.
everybody.
More of a Hanes guy. I don't know.
I don't care. I don't care what you wear.
What?
Here's one. You know the peanut butter brand.
Yeah.
Jif.
Is that the thing? How you're supposed to say it?
Yeah, people say Jiffy
Again, that's just
when
reading.
when it's Jif.
People pronounce things
Jiffy?
differently.
There used
Yeah.
to be Jiffy peanut butter.
Maybe
I thought
No.
I thought they
You're
were
thinking of
both
Jiffy
apart.
Lube. Like there's a brand called Jiffy Lube.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Nah.
Does
It was-
You are.
I
does,
promise you I'm
does
not.
Curious George have a tail?
Huh?
No.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, there's some of them that I don't think the Berenstain Bears one makes me mad.
Is
And
it literally
someone's
just
found a book
is it the
where it's
pronunciation
spelled
or the
different.
spelling?
The spelling is totally different.
Gotcha.
People have always thought Berenstain
or
Bears.
Stein. It's
Steen.
Is it spelled like
Steen and Stein are the
it's
same.
it's spelled like Stein though.
no, but I'm saying like that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
difference.
The spelling is different, and people like swear that it was written one way on the cover of the book, and then in reality, it's totally different.
I would just love it. It was like Finding Nemo, and it's just like he never found his son. Like something like really offbeat.
Yeah.
Like completely changed the end. That's what I would do. I would release like a movie in theaters with one ending, and then like all DVD and streaming, just a completely different one, and be like, "What are y'all
Oh.
talking about? The
You know,
ending's been the same."
one of the
That's
Halloween movies kind of did that. Halloween Resurrection, depending on what theater you went to, it had a different ending.
That was the
That's
one.
cool.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones that was terrible.
Yeah,
Chris,
oh, it's the
Uh,
worst one. It's one of the worst ones.
H2O is another bad one.
Yeah,
One of the
that's
new
really bad.
Spider-Verse movies, the most recent
Across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse movie did that, where they had like different scenes
Mhm.
for different cuts of the movie.
I love and hate that. I think
Did
it's
you just use this?
Here's a question. Here's a Mandela one.
I smell it.
Does C-3PO have a silver leg?
Yes.
Good, because he does.
I mean, yeah, that's like Star
that's
Wars.
one of the examples that comes up on
They,
here.
they ran out of the gold plate. I feel this just turned to
Yeah.
Oh,
What else is
Mandela
there?
effect.
What else exists?
There's.
What do you mean?
there's
birds aren't real.
I like that theory.
The birds aren't real.
COVID existed so they could change the batteries in all the birds.
So I don't. That's too far.
That's a
I-
real thing. That
I
Why
limit
is there
this.
a bird with guts on the
Well, look-
side of the road?
Look,
they planted it to throw you off.
I limit this to pigeons aren't real.
I hate pigeons.
Why does everyone hate pigeons
Okay.
so much?
One
they're
sentence will break your
literally
brain.
Flying
Okay.
rats.
When have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Oh, good point. Good point.
Like a week ago.
Never.
Shut up.
I just feel like I'm not actively searching for a nest.
Yeah.
I have a nest.
I can
You've
tell you the
never
last
seen,
baby
you've
bird
never
I
seen a
saw,
pigeon
period.
smaller than that. Like you've
Yeah,
never
'cause
seen
I
a
only
small
see 'em
pigeon.
Let's look up. I'm gonna look up a picture
I
of
only
a
see 'em
baby
in
pigeon.
movies.
And they sit on
No
power
results.
lines, and their eyes
No
are made of
results
cameras,
found.
and that's where they
Ew,
recharge.
ew, I regret looking baby pigeons up.
Ew.
They're gross.
They did that on purpose, so you don't do it again.
So you're not looking for 'em.
Just like a placenta covered bird. Is that what it is?
Just a newborn pigeon.
Well, I played the Spider-Man video games. You rescue pigeons in those.
You
Oh.
rescue pigeons?
In
You've
Spider-Man.
you've seen pigeons, obviously, but like,
Yeah.
like a small. You've never seen what a pigeon is before it's a full-grown pigeon.
I don't think I've seen a pigeon.
You're a liar.
I just don't like.
Aren't they
how
all in New
baby
York?
birds
Isn't that like a
look.
thing?
No.
It's like an East Coast bird.
It is an East Coast bird, but
I don't pay. The only bird I'm ever like, oh, that's a bird, is like a cardinal, just because it sticks out.
I see cardinals and blue jays all the time.
And then like geese,
Oh,
'cause
don't
they're out
do
there.
not mess with blue jays.
They're
Do not mess
mean.
with them.
Yeah, they'll kill your whole family.
Oh yeah, there was one that built a nest right outside my door.
I didn't leave the house for
I need
5
to look
days.
up. Does anybody else have any
Do-
other
I've
ones?
got a couple.
Do you
I
all
wanna
believe
hear.
that your phone listens to you?
It's proven.
Yes.
Yeah, they've
There's literally ways you can like turn it off. Like
And
it
then it
absolutely
doesn't
does.
work. I think I did that as an experiment. We did in high school we did like a thing where we opened like a new Google, and like for an hour we were just like, man, I really want to go like Metallica concert ticket, like stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then like hit refresh once and it was like Ticketmaster and all that stuff.
Yeah.
we haven't
Dollar
talked about the
Stores
most
and all.
obvious one, but I want to hear some of yours.
Oh, hold on, let me think.
Oh, I know which one. You're
Oh, I
talking
have like
about.
two. They're like very small. What is it? Deja vu is an experience from an alternate universe.
I've heard
I
that.
like
one.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I
I like
had deja vu Saturday with my parents. So my mom's sitting driving, my dad's in the back seat, and I'm sitting here. I turned my head and like it was like a wave. Like I was like, holy cow. Like I had to stop for a second because the expression on my mom's face, the color she was wearing, what my dad said to me, and I was like, I've been here before. And
Mhm.
I've heard, I think it was TikTok or it was a YouTube video, something. Of course, all my information is off TikTok. They said that the reason you have deja vu is because you're having trouble processing that memory to process it to a memory. What do you guys
Makes
think?
sense.
What if this is the reality of this? When you go to sleep, you are connected through the infinite multiverses of
Oh, I-
Bianca,
I've
Mhm.
heard
and
that
you
one.
wake up, and yes, that is a memory, but it's not your
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah.
I've heard the theory. Yeah, I've heard the theory that whenever you dream, you're dreaming of yourself in an alternate
Mhm.
universe.
That would be super. I would love to.
Yeah.
You could hang out with like 9 different versions of you.
Yeah.
Well, then I feel like
So
I'm
cool.
dwindling down in terms of where I exist in the like the
yeah,
multiverse,
same
because I
here.
Yeah.
don't dream.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say there's like a mass
know,
Jordan
me either.
suicide.
And
or
have you
something.
have you heard the
Multiverse.
thing where people will lucid dream and you can ask the time of the day
So I
and they'll
had-
like flip out on you?
Uh,
so
My-
maybe
My
So-
dad has said that he's lucid dreamed before.
I've
done
I
it.
think
What
it's
is
scary.
that?
I've
I
done
did
it.
one
it's when
time.
you're aware that you're dreaming.
And you like you
You were like,
control
okay,
the
this
dream.
is a dream.
Oh, I've never done
Like
that.
whatever.
I did it one
Oh,
time
okay.
when I was like a teenager, like early teenager, like 14, 15. And I actually got like, you know how you can get like almost like sleep paralysis and get like stuck in it?
Been there,
Yeah.
No,
I literally
sleep
couldn't
paralysis.
Never
move
happened.
for like like hours on end and
dude.
like,
It's terrifying.
yeah.
Mhm.
I actually have never had that.
Did you have
I
the
never
thing
had it
where you
happen
like
either.
saw something?
I didn't, but thank God because those are paralysis.
Yeah.
Dude,
very-
I
Have you
remember-
seen something.
Yeah, I was like probably 11 or 12,
And
and
I've been watching videos on it too, so I think I put my brain
Yeah.
in that place.
I've never seen
You
anything.
didn't.
Mm-mm. So I slept. I don't know if I was like what the deal was, but I slept on my back, and I don't sleep on my back
Mhm.
to this day because of it. Because I've done it a couple times, but the first time was the worst because it was, you're on your back, and you wake up, and so what you're doing is you're dreaming.
Mhm.
you're dreaming that you're opening your eyes. And I know this because eventually one time I could feel my body moving my hand, but I couldn't see it. So you're just dreaming your surrounding one to one. And when I had it the very first time, I woke up and it's just like the corner of your eye. But I do this kind of in general. I've talked about this. Maybe last semester I'll see stuff when it's dark outside.
Oh yeah, you
Mhm.
said it's when you're driving.
Yeah.
Right?
But in this same environment, it was dark around my room, and the corner of my eye, just like the creepiest, tallest black figure with just teeth, just like the craziest smile, and just like I'm looking at you, and it's just like
You should
what if
go
it was
on,
Jamie
you should go on
Foxx?
ChatGPT and try to generate an image of that.
I'm sure you could.
Rather not. Also,
Yeah, let me just relive my trauma for them.
I don't get this. I was going to ask you what's the difference between that and like just nightmares. And it was like sleep paralysis involves being awake but unable to move or speak, often accompanied by hallucinations. While nightmares, on the other hand, are bad dreams experienced while asleep.
Yeah, the difference is you're awake.
It just sounds like
during
sleep
one.
paralysis is just like, I don't know, like a schizophrenic
Hey,
episode.
Well, the problem is
No,
you can't move
Am I wrong
during
about this?
sleep paralysis.
it's like you're stuck in your sleep.
Yeah.
you know what
But
I?
it says you're awake.
You're awake.
You're
but
awake,
you're still
but your
asleep.
brain is still sleeping.
Yeah.
So you're like in a weird like halfway.
No, your
situation?
brain's awake, but your body's still sleeping.
Yeah.
Your
That sounds
eyes,
awesome.
your eyes open, and you like physically cannot.
Careful what you
But
wish
it's
for.
like a jail.
Pretty sure I've known guys on acid that describe that exact same
Well,
thing.
Maybe it's the same thing.
Have you ever deep dived into what
dove?
you might? Yeah.
I went to a deep end
Deep
at
dove.
Oval once. It was cool.
What you might see like out of the corner of your eyes, because there's a lot of folklore behind it.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh, is like the
That's
one
scary.
monster.
Were you in the class or was that last semester when I talked about driving?
Oh, I
Yeah, I think
that
it was
was
last
last
semester.
semester.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You telling me that.
It was weird.
I don't remember what the topic was.
I don't remember either,
We were talking
You should
about.
look it
What were we talking about?
but I'll see like
we were
it-
talking about like coincidences. I want to say
I don't
something
know.
like that. No, that couldn't have been it.
But
I'm looking now.
Basically, when I'm driving late at night, I'll see like monsters. Like if I look in the rearview
Oh.
mirror, like something like
Oh,
gaining on my car,
wow.
You need to
That
see
or
a
was
like out of the
psychiatrist.
corner of my eye, I'll see like
Do you see black like masses fly by, or
mm-mm.
will you see like flashes? Of
I'll
light?
see white. So like
White?
the
Okay.
most prominent thing is like a little girl in a white dress is what I'll see, and it's
Oh.
like I
Have
hate
we
that.
ever talked about paranormal experiences?
I don't think so.
That could be a
No.
topic.
I think
Yeah, it could
we
be
can make-
definitely
we can
a
make
whole
that a
conversation.
We did. We did last semester. We
Sounds like-
probably could again.
Yeah, we could
Sounds
do
like
that
you
again.
two need to go to an insane asylum.
No,
Yeah.
apparently white
Either that or
flashes
I've had
are
a
known
boring
to be
life.
like gnomes, because like if you don't believe
Romeo and
cryptids,
Juliet?
folklore,
No,
whatever.
I like totally looked over and seen them, and it's like
Yeah.
not gnomes.
Okay, well,
I
if
used
you
to.
ever see stuff like flashing, like this happens to me a lot. I'll be in my house and I'll be in my bathroom, no one else is awake, and I'll get flashes of white or
Me
black in the corner
too.
of my eyes. As
Oh,
soon as
I-
you go to turn
that-
your head, they're gone.
That
No,
yeah, I've
it's-
seen that happen before.
It's not like that. It's not like something that like I don't know. It's almost like when it's just too late for me to have seen it. It's like,
Mhm.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you want a little bit of a background on it, Brittany Ruski, her mom is a ghost hunter. Okay, she
Cool.
has video over
ghost
cryptids, like fairies and stuff, and she does a really good job of explaining it. So if you want to dive into a little bit,
I don't
there
know.
you go.
I might.
Dove in.
Divin.
I think we should end off
Swan dive.
on the one of the most famous conspiracy theories of all
You're
time.
missing a lot of them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm curious to
I
see
know.
what
looked
you're about
up
to
some.
say.
and there's
This
some-
is
I
one
think
of
I
the
know
most
what you- I think
famous
I know
ones.
Let's fire the
in
quick
America.
ones. Let's fire the quick ones.
JFK.
Bigfoot, JFK,
Okay.
Loch Ness
the
Monster.
Loch Ness
I'm
monster.
talking Walt Disney's Frozen in Disney
Yep.
somewhere, and waiting for
I had a
the cure of
feeling.
cancer, and they're gonna melt them down.
Why'd
I-
you, why'd you slurp?
It's
Yeah.
the ice
He's
melting.
a popsicle.
Slurp.
It's the ice
They're
melting.
gonna eat his body in a sacrilege. Like
No.
I've never heard this theory.
I heard it. It was on TikTok.
you never
last
heard
night.
Frozen Body?
And then that's why they made
That-
Frozen.
yeah.
That's why they titled Frozen
No way.
Frozen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
It's
so-
so that way Google searches would stop pulling up Walt
Because
Disney
the
Frozen
initial
under
name of the
Disney.
movie for Frozen wasn't even Frozen.
It was the Ice Princess.
That's just a dumb. That's like a boring title.
Oh,
That is a boring.
That is a
title.
fair.
terrible title.
Yeah, it
But
is a
so
terrible
is-
title.
It's Frozen
Fro-
much
That's like
I
more
don't know.
creative.
That's like calling
Frozen's
cars
kind of-
automotive vehicle.
Kind of awesome.
Okay.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah, Pocahontas.
I thought you were going to
Native
say like
American
something
woman.
crazy.
I don't know. I don't
Mulan,
want to get
Chinese
too
war.
crazy. So there's some that are like truly, I feel insensitive. Like
You know what I don't like? I'll
Going
talk
in
about it.
on.
I'll talk about a conspiracy theory that I hate that people think is a thing,
Preach it, brother.
that the Holocaust isn't real. You
Oh,
are
seen that.
you're
dumb.
stupid. You're
Yeah.
denying you're denying someone's literal
Yeah.
Trauma. Like
beyond trauma. Like
It just
that's
doesn't-
not
it's
even
not
a
even
good enough
feasible.
word
Yeah.
to use.
yeah.
That dolphin put those people through a hell of a lot.
That dolphin did some work. If that's if that's true.
I feel like it's so insensitive though to like think that didn't actually happen.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, it's
yeah.
a, especially like
how do you
First-
fathom
and-
that?
Literal.
My high school actually had someone come in that was in the Holocaust.
Yeah, I'm
are they gonna say like some guy who was like just like a
There's a
dude they
woman.
found on the street like preaching like
Yeah,
it wasn't real.
That's
I don't know. Yeah,
that's crazy. Crazy world.
It's
we live
crazy,
in.
man.
Yep.
crazy
Okay.
world.
It's crazy, man.
Well, that's enough for today. Thank you for joining us. Tune in on Wednesday.
Maybe paranormal stuff.
Well, we're doing
We'll
who dies
see.
in a
Who
horror
dies?
I feel like
movie.
we
Oh,
can
who
tie that in.
dies?
I
Yeah.
feel like horror or paranormal.
We
we
could
tied in and we
probably.
don't use full time.
We're gonna need
True.
some like really dark markers.
So
like,
we're
we can
going
chart it
to
out when they show up.
take everyone who shows up to class on Wednesday and basically say who would die first and who would die last in a horror movie.
I'm the killer in it.
Okay.
You're the plot.
Perfect.
It's
Sure,
like it's like
confess.
Ghostface. Like we're like you and me like halfway through the movie we hide in a room and you're just like guess what and just
You,
shank
you,
you right in the
you,
ribs.
you want me to bring an extra Ghostface costume?
You know what? Yeah.
All right, I'll do it. I'll bring an
Yeah.
extra
You
one.
could do like Stu.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tune in
dude,
on
Stu.
Wednesday.
Crazy.
Bye.
I'll bring an extra one.
Just the mask.